The life of Mary, mother of Jesus, before his birth, according to apocryphal books, particularly the Proto-Evangelium of James, provides a more detailed narrative than the canonical Gospels. Here are the key elements of her life as described in these texts. Subscribe to the channel to be notified by YouTube every time we post videos like this, and activate the bell so you don't miss any content. Birth and parentage. Parents. Mary's parents are named Joachim and Anne. The Proto-Evangelium of James describes them as a devout but elderly couple who had been childless for many years. An angel appeared to Anne, announcing that she would conceive a child, a promise fulfilled with Mary's birth. Joachim and Anne's story parallels that of other biblical figures who experienced miraculous births. Early life. Mary is dedicated to the Lord by her parents as a thank offering for her miraculous birth. This dedication involved her being taken to the temple in Jerusalem to live a life of service to God. Life in the temple. Temple service. According to the Proto-Evangelium of James, Mary lived in the temple from the age of 3. There, she was brought up in a community of virgins who devoted themselves to prayer and the study of the scriptures. Her life in the temple would have been one of piety, learning, and strict adherence to Jewish religious practices. Divine favor. The text emphasizes Mary's purity and favor with God, suggesting that she was chosen from a young age for her unique role. She was seen as exceptionally devout and holy, even among those dedicated to temple service. Betrothal to Joseph. Selection of a guardian. As Mary reached an age where she could no longer remain in the temple, the priests sought a suitable guardian for her. This was done through a divine sign. According to tradition, a dove appeared on Joseph's rod, indicating he was chosen by God to be her spouse. Joseph, a righteous man much older than Mary, accepted this role. The Proto-Evangelium portrays him as a protector of her virginity and honor. Continued virginity. A central theme in the Proto-Evangelium is the emphasis on Mary's perpetual virginity, a doctrine held by many Christian traditions. Joseph is depicted as respecting this and understanding his role as a caretaker rather than a conventional husband. Annunciation and visitation. Annunciation. The Proto-Evangelium aligns with the canonical Gospel of Luke in describing the angel Gabriel's announcement to Mary that she would conceive Jesus by the Holy Spirit. Mary's acceptance of this message is depicted with great humility and faith, highlighting her role as the obedient servant of God's will. Visitation to Elizabeth. After the Annunciation, Mary visits her cousin Elizabeth, who is miraculously pregnant with John the Baptist. This story, also found in Luke's Gospel, is included in the Proto-Evangelium, emphasizing the shared divine missions of Mary and Elizabeth. Additional apocryphal insights. Mary's virginity verified. The Proto-Evangelium contains a unique account where midwives and a priest verify Mary's virginity after Jesus' birth. This reinforces the belief in her perpetual virginity, a significant aspect of early Christian piety. Joseph's role. Joseph's internal struggle and eventual acceptance of Mary's divine pregnancy are portrayed in detail, showing his righteousness and faith. Conclusion. The apocryphal accounts, especially the Proto-Evangelium of James, provide a rich narrative of Mary's early life, emphasizing her purity, piety, and divine favor. These texts depict her as a specially chosen vessel for God's plan, living a life dedicated to service and worship, even from childhood. This portrayal contributes to the theological and devotional understanding of Mary in various Christian traditions. Conclusion. The apocryphal books, particularly the Proto-Evangelium of James, paint a vivid and reverent picture of Mary's life before the birth of Jesus. According to these texts, Mary's life was marked by divine favor from the very beginning, from her miraculous conception by her devout parents, Joachim and Anne, to her early years dedicated to service in the temple. Her upbringing was deeply rooted in Jewish piety, surrounded by an atmosphere of prayer, learning, and purity. This period in the temple was significant as it prepared her spiritually and morally for her unique role in salvation history. The apocryphal narratives emphasize her perpetual virginity and her selection by divine providence to be the mother of Jesus. Her betrothal to Joseph, orchestrated by a divine sign, and the events leading up to the Annunciation underscore her unwavering faith and obedience to God's will. In summary, the apocryphal accounts highlight Mary's exceptional sanctity, humility, and readiness to accept her role in God's plan, setting the stage for her pivotal contribution to the Christian narrative as the mother of Jesus. These stories, while not part of the canonical Bible, enrich the understanding of Mary's life and the profound divine purpose that guided her from her earliest days.